Yo, 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 wake up, wake up, wake up this morning, man. It's another day of Power Plays Palace. We back again. So let's get this show on the road, man. Let's look at our chart from yesterday. All right, seven. Boom. Oh, look at that. Y'all see the chart from yesterday? That's the SPY chart from yesterday, man. But we finna show y'all our chart. Alright, so on yesterday, we were looking at a pre-market high of 747.10, pre-market low of 745.05, and we were looking for SPY if it went up and broke past the pre-market high, and it has a lot of volume strong toward that VWAP. We was going to be looking at targeting 749.04, 750, 752, 754. And if it pulled back first before it moved up, we were going towards that pre-market low. We were going to target 747.10, 749.04, and 750. And if we had it SPY go up into those areas, break that pre-market high and push up around 749 area and 750 area, we get a pushback. We was gonna look for a target of 745.07.05, 744.18. Then we got 742, 741, 739 if it pushed below that pre-market low. So those were our targets for yesterday. So let's take a look at the charts and see exactly what happened. All right, so SPY opened up yesterday at around 746.66. Now, once it did that, it moved up, and initially it went up, and it got all the way up here to 749.38. It pulled all the way back again to 746.84 area right here, like 746.70. But after it did that, it pushed all the way up, and it touched that 750. Now, if you was playing the chart that I posted, then you would see that you hit those first two levels early in the market. And because it opened up at 746, you really could have touched that second pullback and hit that 747.10, 749, and 750. And you already have hit all those levels by 12:30. Now, after 12:30, we had some consolidation for a couple candles, and then SPY pulled back. It went from 750.02, and it pulled all the way back until it closed the day at 747.31. So, looking back at the chart again, if you played the rejection off of that area, you still could have got back to the 747 area. So you could have played a couple dollars down off of the rejection. So if you played the chart yesterday, based off of the levels and everything, then you should have did okay. So that's a good day yesterday. But let's go back and look at this SPY chart and what it did. Once it consolidated, it did all this. And it consolidated overnight. It went to 749.01, then it rejected from there. And it came all the way down to 745 before it ended up closing the overnight session here at 746.61. Then this morning when it opened up, the 4 o'clock pre-market starts, it opened up at 744. That's a $2 gap up, closed the gap, pulled back into the 744, 745 range, came back up 746, and then it pulled back and it dropped down here and it touched this 742.85 area before it pulled back again at 744.19, where it currently stands right now at 743. So you can see it did a lot of little work this morning, and it looked like it could be headed down, but that's what it looked like now. But you can't show no bias in the charts. So let's look at the chart for today. Now for today, we have a previous day high of 750.02, and the previous day low is 746.39. Pre-market high 746.41 with a pre-market low of 742.85. Now, what we're looking at right now, if we get any kind of push up and try to break through that pre-market high and push above that, then we're gonna be talking 748, 752, 748, 750.02, 752, and 754. Why? Because those are the areas that we got to pass on the way back up from those key areas that we played, that we passed on the way back down. Support become resistance, resistance come support, and they kind of rotate based on where the market is moving. Now, if we get a pullback into that pre-market low, and then we push up, then we're still going to be looking at, right now, we'll start at 745, 746.41, and then we'll go to 748. Then after that, you'll follow 748, 750.02, 752, and 754. And on the bearish side, if we go up to pre-market high and then we get a rejection, then we'll be looking at 745 and 742.85 as our targets coming back down. And if we get to the pre-market low at 742.85, and then we start to break down, get good momentum, VWAP, definitely if it's below the VWAP, and you got that momentum going down, then we're going to look at our targets will be 741.50, 740, 738.50, and 736. Those will be the areas that we'll be working on to try to target on the bearish side. And I say that, so you can just kind of have those levels going down. Now, if you look at the chart, I gave you a total of about, 6 levels on each side for you to kind of look in and pursue, that you can check, and you can back test, and you can look at previous days and see when these levels were hit, and then you can have you some targets. So that's what we want to do. Yesterday was a very interesting day. Even though we played a SPY, we had a great NVIDIA trade that I spotted on the chart. And the SPY chart was playing well. So we definitely got some opportunities in the market. So let's try to take advantage of them. And do not be biased. If you see something that you like, man, and the chart starting to go the other way, just get out the trade. There's nothing wrong with that. And then what you can do, you can get back in a trade later on, but you don't want to be out here trying to force it, man, because you can lose all the money. But let's looking at this chart right now before I sign off for the day with our trade plan. As you can see, we got some things going on in the market early this morning. So as of right now, it's 8:16, and we looking at SPY, and we seeing how it's going to work. But I could tell you right now, based on everything we're looking at, it could still go either way, because it's still operating between those levels that were already set. And you can see that blue and those purple lines are previous days highs and lows, from pre-market highs and lows that I keep on my chart during the week. Just kind of see exactly where we were during the week. And then sometimes when you're watching the chart, you'll see the candles going up. If you don't have nothing on there to kind of remind you of where the chart has been, you wonder why the chart is stopping right there, why a candle is being held up. Well, these previous levels were significant because these were places where the market reacted before. So you want to keep those in your foresight when you're doing that, so that you'll be able to, recognize the little patterns that the market might be throwing you, other little context clues. See right there? It just broke below the pre-market low. Right there right before I sign off for the day. But that's what happens. But we have our targets. Let's look at our targets. We have enough targets to look forward to. So that's what we'll do. We'll focus on that, and then we'll get ready for this good day of trading. Got about an hour and 13 minutes for the market open. Take advantage of it, and let's get to it, man. This Power Plays Palace, man. We out of here.